Okay, we're talking about Ava. And there's a Rib Madregis in Ava. The Tzad HaShavah Shebehem, page 124, second line from the top. The Tzad HaShavah Shebehem, all the Madregis of Ava we're talking about, is that Ava is achieved through his bonus. Right? You meditate the way that the Eibush achieve Ava. In the lower Madregis, you do his bonus, and you create a certain Madreg of Avas Hashem. The higher your his bonus, the deeper the Avas Hashem is, but the more you have to give up Ava Dvarim Gashmi. Until when you have an Ava of Kloch Shiv, you have an Ava of Imchalecha Fatzli, you cannot have any type of anything else except for the Eibush, right? But he also mentioned there's a Madreg called Ava Rabbe, which is really a Matana from the Eibush, which is after you've finished all the Avas and after you finish all the Yidus. In other words, over there it's Shenananda Zach. You can't say that you're his bonus creating the Ava. What's the Seder Advarim? So the Rebbe said in Tanya Perek Mamalef, First you have to have Yir, and then you have to have Ava. First you have to have Avodas Ovid, and then you have to have love for the Eibishter. Even though Avodas Ovid is deeper, but it's more elementary. Being a slave of Hashem is the deepest thing, but it's the Yesod. Loving Hashem is not essential, it's not essence, but it's more sophisticated. So the Rebbe da word, V'hinei. As a rule, the Seder is first Yira, then Ava. But Bechinas Ava, so this inyan of Ava, which is the creation of his bonus, it happens that Ava comes before Yira. It's based on the person's mind. It's not based on the person's understanding. It's based on the person's das. Shadas, Kelel, Chsadim, Agvudas. Every person's das has a combination of Chesed and Gvura. Shem Ava, V'yira, Ava, and Yira. In some people, the chesed of their das comes precedent, comes first before the yira, the gvura of their das. Such people, through his bonus, first love the Eibishter and then they fear him, which is a funny thing. Because if you don't fear the Eibishter, you don't do mitzvahs. If you could love the Eibishter, not do any mitzvahs. Push it, leave up in the Eibishter, and not do mitzvahs. But as a consequence, after it's possible, a person to be Rosh and Balavedas, that she has the tshuva miyah. The tshuva comes from Av. It doesn't come from Yir. I'm afraid of sin. I'm afraid of something else. I push it. Love the Eibush that I do tshuva from the love alone. Hanel the Belibi, which is born in his heart, beziches ad Hashem elakah, by remembering the Eibush. Dr. Badreba Mikom, you should know that if you love Hashem and the love brings you to tshuva, if you love Hashem and the love doesn't bring you to tshuva, that's like only love. But if you love Hashem and as a result of this love you do tshuva, says the Rebbe Hayir Gam Ken Klulaba. Memela. There has to be also a yira included in this ava, but it's memela, it's automatic. Rak, it's only she bebchines katnos vehelam. The yira is an immature and a hidden state concealed within the ava, because if there wasn't yira along with the ava, you push it would not do the tshuva b'peil mamash. The hainu that you have a yira chet limited bechas v'shom, your fear of a sin to rebel against the Eibishter. And in this person, the love is revealed in the heart and in the mind. He is ultimately, if your Ava brings you to Sormerah, there's Yir there. But in some people, not only the Ava comes first, but Ava is dominant. And I want you to know that the Rebbe holds that this is our generation. The Rebbe holds as a generation, we should koch an Ava not Yir. There's a video by Living Torah where a Yida, a Gvir, became frum, and he says to the Rebbe that he wants to work in Yiddish Shamayim. So the Rebbe tells him, first of all, that there's Sforim that speak about Yiddish Shamayim, which are translated into English. Second of all, he says, Koch sich nicht in Yiddish, koch sich an Ava. Focus on loving God so you automatically fear Him. The Rebbe sees our generation as a unique generation after the Holocaust. And he says, this is our Heirosh Shah. Just like the Rebbe says, you do tshuva mitech simcha, tshuva mitech medidas, we're avoid of Ava not Yiddish. In the very early years, a Pelish Yid said to the Rebbe once, I'm afraid I'm becoming your chosser, says the Rebbe immediately. Was darfst du tun von jeder, kannst du tun von Ava. Here the Alter Rebbe is going to say it's a Yetzim in a klal. The Rebbe makes that Yetzim in a klal, the klal of our generation. And he's right. This you don't have to go on Emunah. This you can verstehen a viel in Sechel and Nushi. Because we're hippies. A bunch of self-centered people. Avas Hashem is, first I love me, then I love God. Yiras Avedas Avad, it's not American. I should do what you say is fundamentally un-American. If McCarthy was around, he would make special hearings for un-American activities. Yiddish Shamayim, Kabbalah, are you crazy? You like it? Oh, by all means. Verstehst? Ava fad Yiddish. Says the Rebbe Achzau derech mikre veiros sho. This is coincidental. This word mikre is a pella. It happened, so to speak, by mistake. Mikre. Right? We know the Rabbeim never used the word mikre. They used the word desdamnos, because mikre means an accident. But every accident is b'hashgacha. Mikre, ve'ira shot, for a particular time, b'hashgacha, pratas me'esavai, b'shkov the Eibishter. Let's say that for the particular need. Kemai said that Elazar ben Dodai. Elazar ben Dodai did tshuva, and he died doing tshuva. And the Alter Rebbe says his tshuva came from Ahava. And the Rebbe has a footnote where he explains, he brings from other places in Chassidus, that there's two pratim to Rabbi Elazar ben Dodai's tshuva. There's the act of tshuva itself, which is a mitzvah, and there's the Ahava. It's two separate inyanim. And Taka, there was Yira kolol in it, otherwise you don't do tshuva. But the Ikke was Ahava. Aval Seder, Aved HaKvura. But the fixed order of Aveda, which is dependent upon how we should choose to serve the Eibishter. What's the opposite of B'chiras Ha'adam? Asking you a question. What's the opposite of B'chiras Ha'adam? Look at the Tanya. Which words are the opposite of B'chiras Ha'adam? Derech mikre ve'ira shah b'ashgacha pratis me'esavai. B'chiras Ha'adam means when you have to choose how to serve Hashem, you should know Reishes Aveda v'iki v'shashes yiratata. What's the opposite of B'chiras Ha'adam? Derech mikre ve'ira shah b'ashgacha pratis me'esavai. Let's say Derech shah that Ava comes before you. And when you have to choose, if to start first of all with Yira, like it doesn't Tanya Begman Aleph, at the very least Yira Tata in a katnus. It's not so emotional, it's immature, but it's a sense of being makabel upon yourself, the mothers of the Eibishter. Besur Mera, first staying away from Avedas, and then Vaseitev doing mitzvahs. Lahoir Nafshe Lekis, to bring light into the godly soul. Be'era Teiru, which is said with the light of Teiru and mitzvahs. And only afterwards can you have the Eid of Ava. Kiviyafta is begimatire base pomer after same 2 times Eid. There's no one to people study Kabbalah. Now what's the diak? We have to base pomer I don't know. And I didn't see it in the Rishimis. I suspect after base pomer means that you have already the Yira. So base pomer means before you had Yira. And now you also have Ava, which is base pomer. But I don't know if that's the pshat. So the Rebbe says that the Seder Aveda Kavua is first Yira and then Ava.